Very good evening, all of you. May I humbly request the very first batch of BBA LLB students to rise, please, wherever that you are sitting, and request all others to give them a round of applause. Welcome. So yours is the pioneering first BBA LLB batch. Please be seated. Thank you. As our esteemed guest, Sri Ram Hogleji, has rightly mentioned, the interaction between business and law. Friends, couple of years ago, all of a sudden, every single telecom company in India except Jio turned into red. That is, from profits, they turned into loss. Could you guess the reason why? Anyone from the participants, please? Yes, please, bit louder. No, sir, it is not because of competition from Jio. It is simple interpretation of a rule by Supreme Court of India. Okay, it said the gross revenue that a telecom company earns is not confined only to its operating income coming from its business. Even the interest earned on the deposits also become part of gross revenue, which all these telecom companies have to share with Government of India with arrears. The moment they said with arrears, all their existing revenue became insufficient to pay the arrears, and all of a sudden, with just one judgment, every single telecom company barring Jio turned into losses. That is the extent to which law can impact a business. A few of you might be aware of the fact that companies like IBM and Coca-Cola were there in 1960s also. Suddenly they left India. Why? Again, because of government rule. Janata Party government said, either you share your shareholding with Indians or leave the country. Few left. So whether you can do some business or not, it is the law that decides. So friends, now we are here to come out with a neatly designed, very well structured BBA LLB program to cater to the needs of the industry and also aspirations of the students. I need not to explain because our eminent guest has already clearly explained why we need to have advocates having business knowledge are required. Okay? So now, if we have a look at the structure of BBA LLB, as per Bar Council of India, you will be having first degree and your second degree. Second degree in the case of this integrated 5-year BBA LLB is law. And your first degree is going to be Bachelor of Business Administration, BBA. So friends, and also the parents, let me clarify the fact that all the opportunities that are otherwise available to BA-LLB students, the same set of opportunities are available to BBA-LLB students also. So if you wish to enter into judiciary, it is possible. You wish to appear for civil services, still it is possible. Serve government, practice law, they are possible. Apart from this, now you have another wide spectrum open for you, that is to knock the doors of corporates. If we have a look at the recent entrepreneurship progress in India, I'm very happy to tell you that not just only the technocrats, nowadays even the legal professionals are also turning out to be entrepreneurs. So keeping all these aspirations in mind, we have designed our BBA program. Now I'll take you through that BBA LLB course structure. So as you can see on the screen, the total number of courses which a student has to complete remains same as like BA LLB. So 58 courses have to be completed to earn your honors degree, out of which 6 optional papers are there. So then you have 52. Now, coming to the 52, as per the Bar Council of India mandate, 20 papers shall be from first degree called BBA. And if you look at on the screen, up to first, second, third, and fourth semesters, we have English. Leaving these 4, we have 16 papers from management. They are structured keeping in the mind of the age of the students. When you are joining this program, you are 17, 18, if I'm not wrong, most of you. When you cross 20, 21, your maturity level also increases with age. So we have structured papers in such a way that in the first semester, you are introduced to the concept of management through this paper called Principles and Practice of Management and Organizational Behavior. And then the world of business in the form of business environment, and then macroeconomics and Indian economy. Next slide, please. Now coming to second semester, you have courses like financial institutions, markets and services, and then business economics and mathematics, and then business statistics. Then in the third semester, apart from English literature, if you look at third and fourth semester, it means these are the courses that are offered in your second year of BBA LLB. All the functional areas of business are introduced, like corporate finance, marketing management, operations and supply chain management, human resource management. And then, once you enter into your third year, if you look at, it is accounting for managers. So it is not how to prepare an account. That is not expected out of a management graduate. That is expected out of a chartered accountant. Here, we are going to help you to read and understand the annual reports prepared by the accountant. So this course is accounting for managers. Okay? And then, in the sixth semester, information technology and business, and then strategic management and corporate restructuring. Because you are entering into, your third year, you are completing your third year. This is where we are introducing the concepts which force you to think a lot. Okay, just to cite a small example, friends, can anyone guess why the share price of NTPC has fallen down when there is a severe rain in Australia? Quick guess, please. Yes.
Iron ore.
The water in Australia, because of the floods, have entered into the iron ore mines. As a result, there is a fear that supply to NTPC may be curtailed, and as a result, NTPC may not be in a position to generate enough electricity. Butterfly effect. Something happening somewhere on this planet has its impact somewhere else. This is what exactly we are looking from the students. So when we are entering into the end of third year, friends, that's where we are launching the courses which invoke your thought process, which try to bring out not just your intelligence, but your intellectuality also. Intelligence is nothing but the speed of brain in calculating something. But intellectuality, is the one which helps you to make judicious, rational, and informed decisions. So which is why, if you look at our 7th and 8th semesters, so when you are entering into 4th year, you are exposed to papers like international business and corporate governance and ethics. So it is a very deliberate attempt, keeping in mind of the age and also the maturity levels of the students. We have prepared this. In the 5th year, you are going to study nothing but law. Okay? And students, you are here for a purpose to study law. Right? So how to deal with mother-in-law, brother-in-law, they will come much later. So confine yourself for the purpose for which you have taken admission. That is to study law of the land. Law of the house you can study later. Fine? Am I making sense with the structure of the program? Now, apart from these courses, we are also going to offer some complementary, supplementary capsule courses like legal analytics, business valuation, only for the students who are interested. And I wish to say to the larger audience that these are not confined only to BBA students. Even BA, LLB, LLM students who are interested, we are going to offer courses like finance for legal professionals. You are very well welcomed. You are very much welcome to take admission into these sort of capsule programs, which the Department of Management is going to offer. Okay? Fine. Now, shall we proceed with examination? And how are you going to get your degrees? The most important thing, isn't it? Next slide, please. Yes. So, friends, these days every institution says, we have a concept called earn while you learn. So we also have the concept. Same concept here. But what are you going to earn here? The academic credits. Okay. Now, not taking any particular side, any particular religion, but can the audience quickly come out with the names of some mythological figures from Hinduism? Doraemon, Superman, no, Hanuman, etc., right? Yes. Yes, very quickly, one or two. Yes, thank you all. But why are you not saying the names of Shani and Yamaraj? Be seated, please. Right? They are also mythological figures. They just performing their given duty. So, friends, yes, sir. Yeah, oh, great. Right, Gauri. Now, friends, examination department, we are here to promote the students. That is the purpose. Provided students are helping themselves. Okay. So if we are withholding a student for the want of attendance or not able to promote student for the want of academic performance, please don't blame us. Right? So this is not money to save your treasure in bank. So don't save any papers. Clear them, complete them. So how? We have three components called midterm examination with a weightage of 25 marks, project evaluation with a weightage of 25 marks. In that, a written submission component has got 20 and viva voce for the remaining 5. And then term and examination for 50. But to pass in every subject, one needs to score 50% in each of the component. So you cannot skip or undervalue any single component, friends. Okay, so don't be under impression that, yeah, out of 25 in midterm I scored 20, I can skip project evaluation and straight away in midterm out of 50, I can score 45, I'll score 65. You will score 65, but you will not pass. For that, scoring minimum 50% in each of the component is essential. I repeat, scoring minimum 50% in each of the component is essential, not just desirable. Okay? Now this university follows CGPA method of grading and 10-point scaling. As Madam has already explained, 75% of attendance is essential. And for those who feel that they are awarded lesser number of marks, we have a recourse for them in the form of re-evaluation, repeat, re-repeat, and improvement examination. All these conditions we will explain very clearly when you attend the class. Don't worry. It is just to assure you that those who feel that they have got lesser number of marks, they have different ways of getting the marks, either going for improvement test or going for re-evaluation. Okay? Now, the next important one, if you look at promotions. So friends, it clearly tells you that no candidate shall be promoted to the next higher class unless he or she has completed all the courses in a given year. So a candidate who has failed in not more than 5 courses out of 12 in a year, whether it is BA LLB or BB LLB, every semester you have 6 papers, that makes 12 papers in a year, and one cannot fail more than 5 to get promotion to next higher class. But it doesn't stop there itself, friends. I request you to have a look at this last bullet point on the screen, which is very, very vital. It says, no candidate will be promoted to the 3rd year without passing all first-year courses. Similarly, this rule shall apply to all other promotions to next higher classes. Can someone tell me what does it mean? It means in order to go to 4th year, one must be completing all papers in 1st and 2nd year. If you wish to go to 3rd year, 5th year, you shall be completed all papers till end of 3rd year. If not, we cannot give degree. Because you are paying money to the university, we may give Maharaja Poshaka title to you. So friends, be very cautious. Okay? Now coming to this being more cautious, my experience of 2 decades of teaching tells me that girls always carry 2 pens for exam. And boys would like to carry 2 girlfriends. Okay. They have their way of being cautious, extra cautious. So with this, I conclude this particular presentation. If you have any subsequent queries, please do reach us once we start taking your sessions. And I wish you all the best. And I thank the leadership of the university for starting this program as well as giving this opportunity to me. Thank you all.
I would like to inform that our faculty, Professor Dr. Y. Kumar sir, has joined us. I would like to once again introduce you to Professor Kumar sir. He is a professor of law and dean. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause. Thank you, sir. We are also joined by Mr. Akash Shahpure sir. He is Assistant Professor of Economics and also serving as OSD to Honorable Vice Chancellor, and he is also the Warden for Boys. Thank you, sir. So we'll now proceed with the course structure of LLM, and for that I would like to request Dr. Tanaya Tarai, Associate Professor of Law and Chairperson of CPGLS, to discuss the course structure as well as examination related details. Please.
Thank you, Manoj. A warm and graceful evening to all the dignitaries on the dais, dear students and respected parents. I am Dr. Tanaya Tarai, Associate Professor of Law of this esteemed university and Chairperson of CPGLS. I'm here to explain about the course structure of LLM program and the rules of LLM examination. As we know that the LLM program is of 1 year, so the students in each stream of specialization, we have three specializations. One is corporate laws, the second one is constitutional law, and the third one is family law. So the first one for the LLM course, what the students are required, that in each stream of specialization, the students are required to study 9 papers, and they have to prepare other dissertation. And the course outline for corporate law specialization are as shown on the screen. So the first paper will be legal research methodology. Second, law and justice in globalizing world. These 2 papers are compulsory in nature and of 3 credits. Then cyber law, company law, international trade law. These 3 papers are specialization paper for first semester. Then moving forward to second semester for corporate law specialization. 6th paper is comparative public law, which is a compulsory paper of 3 credits. Then bankruptcy law, capital market and securities law, competition law, which are of 2 credits. And lastly, dissertation. Similarly, the course for constitutional law specialization, the papers are legal research methodology, law and justice in globalizing world. These 2 papers are compulsory paper of 3 credits. Then fundamental rights and directive principles, administrative law, human rights law. So these 3 papers are specialization papers and of 2 credits. This is for first semester. Moving forward to semester 2 of constitutional law specialization, 6th paper is of comparative public law, which is again the compulsory paper of 3 credits. Specialization papers are service law, comparative constitutional law, center-state relations. These are of 2 credits. And lastly, the students have to prepare for dissertation, which will be for 3 credits. Okay. Now let's talk about the examination and evaluation process. Every student has to obtain a minimum of 75 attendance in all the subjects taken individually in each semester to be eligible to appear in the end semester examination. As Ms. Neha Tripathi, Assistant Professor, has already explained regarding the medical leave and academic leave, the same UG rule will be applicable here also. Okay, so a student who falls short of requisite attendance shall not be permitted to take the end semester examination. In case any student is not permitted to write the examination because of shortage of attendance, he or she would be eligible to appear for the examination in that paper only in the subsequent year after duly attending the course. Next slide. Okay. So examination pattern, what is the pattern for the LLM examination? So each paper is assessed based on the components which are being shown on the screen. So each paper have 3 components. 1, seminar paper, second, presentation of seminar paper, and end semester examination. And the maximum marks are for seminar paper 30, presentation 20, and end semester 50. The minimum qualifying marks are every student is required to secure a minimum of 50% in each component, such as seminar paper, seminar script, presentation, and end-term examination. The CPGLS and the university believes in transparency. So the CPGLS, the Center for Postgraduate Legal Studies, shall ensure a clear transparency in the matters of academic supervision and evaluation process. Clarifications, if any, relating to evaluation and award of marks in various components at the respective stages of examination and evaluation process must be cleared within 15 days of publication of results. The examination committee may allow students to view their answer scripts in the presence of the concerned examiner and or an expert nominated by the Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Next slide, yeah. Provision for re-evaluation. If any student is interested for re-evaluation of answer script or scripts, he or she may apply for the same within 15 days of publication of the result of first or second end-term examination by following procedures set by the university. Now, re-evaluation of a dissertation. The university doesn't have the provision for re-evaluation of dissertation. Second slide, okay. Repeat or improvement examination. Repeat examination will be held for those students who were either absent with prior approval or had failed in semester examination, or a repeat examination on the subject is conducted for any reason. Improvement examination will be held for those students who wish to improve their grade or grades. The repeat examination shall be conducted only once, and the grade secured at the repeat examination shall carry R. Next slide, please. Now let's talk about the dissertation. Dissertation will be evaluated for 200 marks in the following criteria. I will just, let me allow to clear one thing, that all these papers that we discussed, compulsory and specialization papers, carries 100 marks each, but dissertation carries 200 marks, okay? Now the components of dissertations are like this: content and comprehension, analysis and reasoning, reference, style, and arrangements. These are, the first component is of 60 marks, full marks, that is maximum mark. Analysis and reasoning is 60 marks. Reference, style, and arrangement is 30 marks. Altogether, it is 150 marks. And vivace is for 50 marks. Now, how the dissertation is being evaluated? The evaluation of a dissertation for 150 marks shall be done by the internal examiner and an external examiner who shall be appointed by Honorable Vice Chancellor from a panel of experts provided by the Board of Studies. And the average marks of the two shall be computed to arrive at the final marks. That means the candidate should secure a minimum of 50% mark in dissertation script and a minimum of 50 marks in vivace. Next is plagiarism, unfair means, and malpractice. The students shall submit their written seminar papers, assignments, and dissertations as original work. Plagiarism in seminar papers, assignments, and dissertation shall constitute a serious academic malpractice. Plagiarism, use of unfair means, malpractices, and other such academic misconduct shall be dealt with as per university academic misconduct regulations. Plagiarism has been defined in the university academic misconduct, which you will know later on, which will be provided to you. Delayed submission in dissertation. The Center for Postgraduate Legal Studies, CPGLS, will ensure that every student completes his or her academics assignments, including dissertation, within the stipulated period. Failure to do so automatically disqualifies a student to obtain a degree. And next. Yeah, this is the grading system. We are following 10-scale grading system, and this is how it actually takes place. And the CGPA and SGPA, because we are following the UGC norms, according to that, we have to follow the CGPA and SGPA pattern of grading system. So the CGPA and SGPA are being calculated as per this grading table. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And if in case of any query, please contact PZ section. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Next, I would like to invite Mr. Vinay Kumar, Assistant Professor of Political Science, to introduce you to the various committees and centers in the university.
Good evening, one and all. It is indeed my pleasure to introduce the list of centers and committees functioning in the university. There are 15 centers presently operating to foster the academic and research excellence. They are Center for Innovation Technology, Center for Intellectual Property Law and Competition Law, Center for International Commercial and Corporate Law, Center for Child Rights, Women, Law and Gender Studies, Center for Socio-Legal Studies and Social Justice, Center for Law, Language and Literature Review, Center for Public Policy, Center for Taxation, Center for Criminology and Victimology, Center for Labor Studies, Center for Research in International and Competitive Law, Center for Law and Economics, Center for Alternative Dispute Resolution, Center for History and Heritage, Center for World Affairs, and Center for Public Law and Public Policy. These centers regularly publishes newsletters, digests, organizes the guest lectures, webinars, and conferences for the benefit of the students. And for the benefit of the students and for the growth of the students, the university presently have 25 committees that are operating. They range from IT committees, purchase committees, academic committee, examination committee, internal committees, PG academic committee, publication committees, moot court committee, sports committee, cultural committees, literary and debating society, hostel and mess campus welfare, legal aid committee, guest lectures committee, proctoral board, SC/ST cell, scholarship committee, anti-ragging squad, anti-ragging committee, timetable and academic committees, and disciplinary committee. Thank you.
Now, continuing with the program, I would like to request my colleague, Mr. Rahul Kosambi, Assistant Professor of Sociology, to guide you about various scholarships available to the students.
Dignitaries on the dais, students, parents, welcome to the MNLU Aurangabad. I'm here to talk about scholarships, and many times it feels that it is actually pertaining to only to the 50% of the students. Broadly, those students who are actually got admission through reservation categories in the universities, broadly we all know that they belong to Maharashtra state domicile. Broadly there are 6 categories: SC, ST, OBC, VJNT, SBC and EWS categories. All those students are definitely going to get the scholarship. That is not at all the problem as per the rules and regulations laid down by the government of Maharashtra. Apart from that, those students whom we have actually considered belonging to the open category may involve, okay, because there are many students who are from outside of Maharashtra belonging to different categories. They are definitely eligible for applying for the scholarships that they will be getting from respective state as such. Apart from that, there are many minorities students which are enlisted according to the minority schedule. They are also entitled for getting scholarship. They may definitely apply, and the scholarship they will be getting definitely. Apart from that, those students who are belonging to out of Maharashtra and specifically belonging to general category are also been provided so many scholarship schemes from their respective states as well. We are actually liaising with government of Madhya Pradesh, government of Uttar Pradesh, government of Rajasthan. There are many other governments we are liaising with. We have already established some kind of a relationship with them. We are also getting scholarship from those respective state governments as well for the general category students that they are actually been giving. So I would request those general category students from out of Maharashtra, please come to us. If they have any information regarding such kind of different schemes enacted by their own state governments. We sure that scholarship section will look into that. We will establish a relationship and a liaison with this respective state government, and we will try to seek or try to get your scholarship as early as possible. So it is broadly covering literally all the categories, including general category. The scholarship department is actually been assisted by one assistant for scholarship called as Amol Naravde, whom you have met from last 2-3 days. We both, as nodal officer, and Amol is available to you every time. That is not at all the problem. You may contact any time. With this, I will conclude my session, scholarships. But I will urge that please do the formalities and all these things in due time so that you can actually get the scholarship. It will be much beneficial for your, not only what you can say, parents, but financially it will help you a lot. Thank you very much. And once again, welcome to the university.
Next, I would like to call upon Mr. Yusuf Hayat, Assistant Professor of Law, to discuss about the IT-related facilities to be provided to the students.
Sorry, very pleasant good evening to all. Firstly, let me congratulate the students who cracked CLAT and got through the admission and becoming a part of our family, MNLUA. Now, before I announce the IT team activities, quickly I'd like to introduce my IT family. IT committee members, apart from me, Dr. Ashok P. Vajje, Registrar in Charge, MNLUA, Mr. Milith Mahajan, Sir, Finance and Accounts Officer, Ms. Mehnaz Azizul Haq, Assistant Professor of English, and Mr. Rao Sahib Bavaskar, Faculty of Political Science. These are the members for the IT committee, the team behind the IT facility. And apart from that, very quickly, I would like to introduce the IT team, the ground level IT team, who are constantly in touch in troubleshooting and providing or facilitating IT access. Mr. Kishore Bukale, I don't know whether he's there. Yeah, I think he's not there. IT team in charge. Mr. Vilas Savale, Hardware and Network Engineer. Vilas, are you there? Okay, he's not there. Okay, Hardware and Network Engineer, Maharashtra National University, Aurangabad, and Mr. Amol Kshir Sagar, IT Assistant of MNLUA. So the IT activities, I'm sure you would have listened to two of my colleagues, Ms. Neha Tripathi, as well as Vinay sir. Firstly, ma'am referred in the PPT slide that admission committee would be submitting the list of the students. So we would be creating the email IDs. We'll be sending the email IDs to your emails which you have registered with the admission committee. So you need to create this official university email IDs. So upon creation of these email IDs, you'll get an access to various facilities like e-library access, as well as the access to the plagiarism software, access to the Wi-Fi access, and having said so, you may reach out to IT Help Desk. Very simple, IT helpdesk @mnlua.ac.in, mnlua.ac.in. Apart from this, the IT team support for, first of all, to Vinay sir's centers, which he read out, facilitating all the IT support for the university centers to conduct the online events. And university, with the support of the Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, during the pandemic, we fought the pandemic by online e-learning system. We immediately subscribed for the very sophisticated technology called the Cisco WebEx systems, and immediately addresses to the system, students who were stuck up in this pandemic situation by e-learning, that is online mode learning. Now that pandemic is over, or now physical mode is there, so it's all about the hybrid mode of learning. We still continue to use the Cisco WebEx, and apart from that, the university has also registered for the G Suite. So through G Suite, we will all be getting this email access, and soon IT team will send the to students to activate their email IDs. So finally, IT team also facilitate the video conferencing support for online events, and most importantly, one information I would like to tell when it comes to login credentials. So each student has to maintain the unique, you cannot share your password. It's all about, your responsibility at the end of the day. You cannot misuse your login credentials. At the end of the day, it is you, an individual, will be responsible if any such mischief happens. Okay, we are living in a cyber age, friends. Try to understand the nuances behind this IT. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Next, I would like to take this opportunity to discuss in short about the Hostel Committee that we have. Already VC sir in his address informed you about the current position of the hostels. So for first year UG students, we have arranged temporary accommodation in Government Polytechnic and Government Pharmacy campus, which is almost 4 or 5 kilometers from our Kanchanwadi campus. And for the LLM girls, we have arranged the accommodation in Yashwant Kala Mahavidyalaya, which is a fine arts college for the LLM students. Now all these three hostels, Government Polytechnic, Government Pharmacy and Government Fine Arts, have an intake capacity of 40 students. The allotment of students, this was with regard to girls hostel. Now for the boys, there is this 4 seasons apartment which consists of 21 flats which can accommodate a total of 84 students. That has been arranged, which is somewhere around Beed bypass, and it is also almost 7 or 8 kilometers from our Kanchanwadi campus. So the buses would be arranged from the hostel campus to the Kanchanwadi campus or the Center of Excellence so that you can attend your classes starting at 10. At the same time, buses would also take you back to the hostels in the evening. So on working days, the lunch will be served in the university campus, that is the Kanchanwadi campus, and your breakfast and dinner, everything will be provided in your hostels. Arrangements have been made accordingly, and even on holidays, the arrangement for your food will be arranged in the hostels. So that was all about the hostel facilities for the next 3 months. I would also like to just once again inform you that we have a proctor, Mr. Rahul Kosambi, whom you are already introduced. For the boys, there are 2 wardens, Dr. Ashok Vadje and Mr. Akash Shahapure. At the same time, we also have assistant wardens, Dr. Murthy sir, Mr. Yusuf, Mr. Vinay and Mr. Vivek Wilson. So they will be coordinating for the boys hostel. And as far as the girls hostels are concerned, myself, Mehnaz Haq, and my colleague Ms. Diksha Ingle, we are the warden for girls hostel, and we'll be sending our email IDs and our contact details so that you can reach out to us in case of any exigency. We'll be in touch. We'll also be sending you the list of allotment very soon because the repair work is still going on. So maybe in a day or 2, we'll be sending you the room allotment list from our official mail IDs, and any further updates with regard to hostels will be provided to you through emails. So both the students as well as the parents are requested to keep checking their official mails for any update, not just with regard to hostels, but for any other academic or any other matter with related to the university. So that was all about the hostels. Next, last but not the least, I would like to invite Dr. Ashok Vadje, who is in charge of the legal aid cell, and he will also discuss in short about the pro bono club that we have.
Distinguished and learned gathering on the dais, learned dignitaries on the dais, my dear colleagues, my respected parents, dear students, and all other invitees, a very good evening to one and all. This is a great day. All of you have joined us in the form of BLLB Honors, BBLLB Honors, and Master of Law, that is LLM course. In this induction program, we have witnessed 3 great addresses, speeches by respective dignitaries, their dignitaries in their respective profession. What I found is, what common thing which I found in all those, the guidance that the guidance which was given to all of us, that is the human approach. Human approach in justice delivery system, human approach in the business, and human approach in the education. I was keenly listening and my curiosity got developed, and I got some inputs from dignitaries who have guided us in this evening. Lawship has focused on the point of human law and human justice, the significance of which with the passage of time you will come to know. Honorable Ram Bogle sir has also spoken about the human approach in the business. Yes, there is a human approach in the business also. And Honorable Sabkal sir has also pointed out human approach in the education. So these three approaches that I have come up with. Thank you, sir, for really helping me adding my list of points that I should discuss with all of you. I can proudly say that in our university, we have a pro bono club, legal aid clinic, and legal aid cell. This is just not another cell that we have in the law school. The reason for which is that whenever a bar council grants any affiliation to any law school or any national law university or any law college in the country, they must have moot court, classrooms, library, and legal aid clinic. Legal aid clinic being the prominent part of affiliation by the law school. And I can proudly say that recently we have been granted an affiliation by the Bar Council of India for 7 years, that too retrospectively. It's a proud moment for us that being an Ascent Law School, we have got the affiliation from Bar Council of India. That is because of the able leadership of Honorable Professor Dr. K.V. Sharma sir. This may not, this pro bono club or a legal aid clinic and legal aid committee. Pro bono club is established by Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India in our university. In fact, let me point out here, but I do not derive pride in that. Maharashtra National Law University Aurangabad is the first NLU in the country to have officially granted pro bono club in the country. This record is nowhere there, but I could note this, and the credit for this goes to Professor Dr. K.V. Sharma sir and his able leadership. We are the first country to have pro bono club in the country, first NLU in the country to have pro bono club. Today there are 33 law schools in the country to have pro bono club. But having said that, I just now pointed out that I do not want to derive pride in just becoming number one that for the first time we established. I would like to rather derive pride in the form of our activities that with the passage of time we shall be discharging. You as a student, I as a faculty in charge. Of course, we have a team of faculty members who are guiding me in the mission of legal aid. Now, how legal aid is a mission? Quickly, without wasting time, because the program is already just delayed. So, quickly, I would like to point out and I would like to put forth before you the significance of pro bono club and legal aid clinic. The state has a business to do, but beyond that business, if you know Constitution of India, in part 4 of Indian Constitution, there is one article, Article 38A. That article has put an obligation, a duty on the part of state to make sure that just by passing law, your duty is not over. You have to ensure that there is access to the law, or there is access rather to the justice. And how you are going to ensure? It's your duty, it's your obligation. State is designing number of schemes. State is empowering number of institutions. A ministry is also there, Ministry of Law and Justice, who is actively taking initiative in for the quest of access to justice, and there lies the duty of state in ensuring access to justice. Now, how they are ensuring? How state is ensuring access to justice under Article 38A? By establishing National Legal Services Authority, by establishing State Legal Services Authority, and by establishing District Service Legal Authority. So these tripartite system has been established, and these institutions are carrying forward the mission of access to justice. So that's about the state. Now coming to the institutions, just now I have referred, no law school in the country, no law college rather in the country, or NLU in the country cannot function. They cannot function without having legal aid clinic and now pro bono club. Legal aid clinic by the respective state government and pro bono club by the Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India. These two, they have a mission to achieve, and mission is access to justice. Now this could be done in multiple ways. Now it is for you to, be, what I can say, awake, activate yourself, and to, aware about the laws and justice delivery system. Now USA, the scholars who are pursuing education, they have been asked to get yourself attached to the courts. We have followed the same system over here. Students have been appointed. You will be appointing as paralegal volunteers, and thereby you have to contribute your services to the district courts. You will be linked with the cases. You have to keep a track of the cases. Who are the parties? What is the matter? What is the stage of the matter? How evidence is being placed? Where is the ambiguity? Where is the confusion? Where is the lack of evidence? How parties are depriving of justice? You have to bring it to the notice of court indirectly. You have to bring it to the notice of public prosecutor. You have to bring it to the notice of a counsel who is discharging this duty. And today I can say you are a lawyer. Despite being a student, budding lawyer, you are not just a budding lawyer, you are a lawyer. Because you will be linked with the court system. A medical practitioner, while pursuing medical education, they are directly linked with the medical colleges. However, that is not the situation so far as legal education is concerned, but by establishing legal aid clinic and pro bono clubs in the country, government has taken initiative to link all these law schools to the court system so that a mission under Article 38A, that is access to justice, could be ensured. Now you may be saying, what business? This is not my business. My business is to earn. My parents are hard labor, they're earning. I don't want to waste. I would like to educate, I would like to get degree, I would like to earn. But that is there. But by being a paralegal volunteer and by being a pro bono associate, I failed to inform you about the pro bono associate as well. In a law school, NLU, pro bono associate, there is an involvement of 60 students in a particular law school that they have to volunteer themselves and they have to be a part of pro bono club. They are called as pro bono associates. Not just you, even practitioner lawyers. The Bar Council will facilitate all the law schools, and accordingly they will also appoint, they will register online pro bono associates. So you are going to be pro bono associates, and advocates who are practicing currently in the court of law, they will be also designated as pro bono associates in the mission of legal aid. Quickly, I would like to come to the aspects of how we can contribute through the institution. You have to contribute through the institution. Now a system is established, courts and the law school, like a medical college and a medical government hospital, they directly go and discharge the services. They directly go and they contribute. Similarly, you have to contribute because during graduation, you are getting the first-hand experience of knowing and learning the real action, law in real action. This is the opportunity you get to know the law in real action. You will not be practicing in any NGO or any organization. You will be directly working under the lawyers, pro bono associates and the District Legal Services Authority, and you will come to know the court system, where are the lacunas, where we are lacking, where government needs to strengthen, dependency of cases, the infrastructure, and all those things are there that you have to closely observe being a student. Now, I just quickly like to point out the areas that you can focus upon, which will definitely help you and which will definitely help government and which will definitely help administration of justice in reducing pendency and other things are there. The litigation is the work that you can carry out. You will encounter with the work of litigation during graduation itself. I repeat that again. You will encounter with the litigation work during graduation itself by being a pro-legal volunteer. Then you can contribute to the vulnerable sections. If you see Article 15.3 of Indian Constitution or Article 16 or Article 15.1, you will come across certain vulnerable groups. Why Constitution of India has made those provisions? Because those are the groups who could not have access to the justice. Now, it's duty of the state under Article 38A. It is the duty of NLUs through PBAs, pro bono clubs and legal aid clinics, and it is your duty to make sure that vulnerable sections of the society, they have access or they get access to justice. We are not saying that you are going to deliver the justice. You are not the one who competent wants to deliver the justice. You are only ensuring that access is there. So how you can contribute that duty, that you have to work upon it. So women, children, backward classes, specially abled persons, disabled persons, labor, and overall general awareness that you have to carry out. Even in the context of business, as Ram Bhogle sir has rightly pointed out, how business could be seen through human approach. CSR activities, a company is under legal obligation to contribute 2% of their earning turnover to the CSR activities, corporate social responsibilities. Being a company law student, you can contribute to the pro bono initiatives or to the legal aid clinic contribution that you can do. Then mediation. Nowadays, courts, judiciary system, they are focusing a lot on mediation. On the point of mediation, I would like to put forth one point over here. We have made it sure, of course, credit again goes to Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, who always supports, for whatever proposal we go to him, He accepts it because he has a confidence in us. That confidence he doesn't want to discourage. And the confidence that with which we went, I went to Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, I requested, sir, I would like to have pro bono or Nyay Bandhu as the non-credit course in the first year itself. So in the first year, first semester itself, you will be encountered with the pro bono or the what it is called otherwise by ministry, Nyay Bandhu course. It's going to be a unique course. Clinical legal education will be ensured in the very first semester itself. In the USA, clinical legal education is being focused a lot. Even in the European countries, it is being focused a lot. We are also in discharging, we are also imparting, but we are not portraying that we are doing clinical legal education. So we should be in a position to bank upon our skills. We should be in a position to identify our strengths, and then only we can contribute. So mediation is one such aspect, and non-credit course we are going to impart in the very first semester itself. And name of the course is Nyay Bandhu. That is pro bono. Then we have a compliance work. As being a paralegal volunteer, you can do compliance work. Then RTE, right to education, right to information, ADR system, mediation, just now I have pointed out, labor laws, empowerment of women, poverty, human rights, basic access to basic amenities, public interest litigation, CSR, cyber law. All these you can take it as a area of study, area of research, as a part of as being a pro bono associate or as being a paralegal volunteer. And let me tell you, you will also encounter with the litigation study, public interest lawyering or public interest litigation. So when you are when you are studying law, you should also have sense of knowledge about the public lawyering, community lawyering system, clinical education. This will certainly help you in long run. So I have a lot to say, but this is not the time, this is not the occasion to explain all these things. When we will join in classrooms, we shall certainly discuss all these things. So I would like to thank you, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and my faculty colleagues for giving me this opportunity and to have interaction with all of you. Thank you once again.
Before we conclude this program, I would like to request our Professor Lakshminath, sir, to share his views on this occasion.
Good evening to you all. Esteemed President of this function, Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, Bogle sir, who is a renowned industrialist, who has not merely changed, but rather she transformed, not only transformed, it is a metamorphosis as far as the industrial structure is concerned in this part of the country. That is Bogle sir, today who is present. I am very happy that he is here on your induction ceremony. Another great educationist we have, that is de facto host, or de facto chief host, that is Vice Chancellor Sapkal sir, who is a distinguished educationist, who has got a very good reputation as a great administrator, as a great scientist, and a great technologist. And we are happy that you are here, sir. And my colleagues, Professor Kumar, Dr. Vajay, and the CEO, all I don't want to name. Today, in fact, is my privilege, but though I wanted to avoid, but Vice Chancellor has given a mandamus to me that I should speak as a GOP, not grand old party, grand old person. Otherwise, if you say GOP means, it may mean so many things which I don't want to say. Well, friends, today is the induction day. In fact, it's a practice which we have started to see very recently, in the sense that in the last 2 decades or so, it is just to make you feel that we are not mechanically connected as far as your education here in this university is concerned. It's purely an organic relationship, and we must have a continuous relationship in an organic way, in the sense that the relationship develop. And for this purpose, the program is intended, induction means admit. When you finish your degree, by way of exit, we also celebrate this by way of awarding the degrees in the convocation, that ceremony. So induction has got to see its own significance. That means as a student you are going to be admitted here. You have certain responsibilities. And these responsibilities, you must also discharge in this corporate entity. As a state is a corporate where we interact with each other. Its university also is a corporation where we have to interact in the sense that we have to develop not merely teaching and learning. We have to learn corporate existence. We have to expand their mutual relationships. We have to get ourselves matured. And this needs mutual interaction that in a fruitful way. Not merely development is of one side. It's a whole person process. It's a whole person process. That's why earlier, in fact, even up to 12th or 13th century, there was no concept of university at all. I mean, in the so-called Western civilizations. And of course, we had the concept of Gurukul, but of course, we have forgotten about it. But they used to call, what we call a general stadium or a specific stadia. That means only specific disciplines are taught. The idea of universitatis has come, only some 12th or 13th century, by which time, in the continentals, they have developed as universities. So university idea has come and that was very well described, and very well explained by, I think, Newman. I think he was a great person. He was working, in the Oxford University by that time, and he was also to establish a university in Ireland, which was, totally, they wanted to make it more secular. Earlier, the universities were mostly religious and not, in the sense universal. So university, in fact, manifests universality. If you do not have this universal thinking, then of course it's of no use. That's why he says universitatis scholars magisterium. It's in fact an assemblage of scholars, exchange of scholarship. And there, in fact, we have to imbibe what we call, you must have heard about the University of Nalanda. That's what they call Nalanda Vishwavidyalaya. Vishwavidyalaya. You know the meaning of Nalanda? Nalandan. Never say no to gifting away the knowledge. It is gifting away of the knowledge by the teachers. So it is when you develop this type of sense, you should have, that universitatis scholars magisterium. It is scholars and teachers. It's a process of teachers also of learning. We learn along with you. And that's why this is a very significant one, particularly legal education is concerned. Though law was the most ancient this education system and the profession, and a noblest profession also. But unfortunately, because of the Western influence, it was never given the treatment that is supposed to be given. And that was the least concerned subject. And throughout, for the last 100 years, in fact, the reforms started only in 1921 or so. So it is significant that we have started almost 1 century. I think efforts started in 1921. I think when Shamir, the Chief Justice of Patna High Court, he was the first person to be appointed as chairman for uniformity as far as the legal education is concerned. At that time, the legal profession was so scattered, and there were so many differences, pleader, lawyer, something like that, and there was no systematic education as such. So on the recommendation of Shamir, and on the introduction of bill by, I think, Munshi Saran, they have started at the first time, a committee was appointed in 1922 or 2022, I think. They have submitted. Resultantly, the Bar Council of India Act 1926 has come, and they have established a corporate structure which can regulate and control the legal education. That was the journey it started. And only in 1961, they wanted to integrate in the country as a whole the legal profession. While controlling legal profession, it also must take care, adequate care of legal education. And well, friends know during the last century, legal education was nothing, but it was, as you say, it was the last resort. भाई कहीं एडमिशन नहीं मिला, law college में जाओ. This is unfortunately the situation almost up to 1980, almost 1990s, or as you can see it, till the beginning of 21st century. So it was more received by accident, not by design. But now, the desire to learn law, because that has become, you see, very important for us. And the urge to learn law, because law, unlike politics, it is said, politics is the last resort of, I don't want to say this, people can understand. There are so many things to abusive words. But law is the first act of human wisdom. Law is the first act of human wisdom. Well, friends, remember, you are admitted to such a course where you have not to see individual responsibility to a client, not cause litigation. You are a lawyer to build up the social structure. This responsibility is ours. Therefore, I don't want to speak much because till now you have got harsh and hard speeches. I wanted to make it a little bit software, not hardware. So with these few words, you must remember, forgive me, but I want to just remind you, let us all work together. Let us learn together. Let us enlighten our results. And let us all see that we rise above and above. But without hatred to others. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Viddhishavahai. Let us not hate anybody. Love and education should never listen to that. And let us rise above and above. And this is my message as a grand old person. My blessings to you all. Thank you.
For rich experience with all of us. We are truly blessed to have someone like him in this university. Now, I would also like to request our Professor Dr. Y.F. Jayakumar sir to address the gathering. Okay, to brief the occasion. Yes, sir.
To the portals of Maharashtra National Law University, their parents and guardians. At the outset, I am very happy to say congratulations and compliments to all the UG and PG students, those who entered into the environment of Maharashtra National Law University, Aurangabad. I am extremely happy. So you may just, something is there in our mind. Who is this fellow who has come late? There is an excuse for that late. I am in the university duty only. And I was working with certain important persons on the directions of my Vice Chancellor. So I don't want to be here in between you and your dinner. I'm carefully observing that for every speaker, that after this speech, 3-4 people are leaving the premises, that I don't want that disadvantage. Just I congratulate all my young boys and girls. This is Professor Jayakumar, the Dean Research. So, though I am far away from these UG students, but I take care of 3 important facets of the university. One is the standards of your syllabus, standards of legal education, and standards of recruiting the teachers, and standards of research. I can say without any contradiction, proud to say that we have 12 dynamic research scholars in the departments. So yesterday only, we trained them in the coursework. So this, we are doing it under the leadership of our Vice Chancellor, beloved Vice Chancellor. At the same time, we have 4 LLD students are there with us. So that is after PhD. So I am taking care of this research program, but at the same time, as a Dean Research, it's my legitimate duty to take care of the standards of the university. With these few remarks, once again, I congratulate my boys and girls and have a nice stay in the university, that is Maharashtra National University, Aurangabad. Thank you.
Before we conclude the program, I would like to once again inform you that dinner for both students as well as parents has been arranged on the first floor of the Salt restaurant in the same MGM campus. And now finally, for the vote of thanks, I would like to invite Dr. Ashok Vadje, our Registrar in charge, to propose a formal vote of thanks.
Greetings to all once again. A very good evening. It's a beautiful evening and a beautiful occasion that we have gathered for. We have respected dignitaries, learned dignitaries on the dais. Honorable Justice Justice Prasanna B. Varale, Judge High Court of Bombay, who have recently just guided us and who had to leave the occasion due to scheduled journey. Honorable Professor Dr. Vilas S. Sabkal, sir, the guest of honor. Special guest Shri Ram Bhogle, sir. Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Respected my senior faculty members, my dear colleagues. I would like to firstly thank the dignitaries on the dais for taking out time and guiding all of us in their respective duties and respective arena. Thank you, sir, for taking time from your busy schedule and guiding in all the young minds who are in front of you. I'm sure your guidance will definitely help them in shaping their career in the future. And I also hope that we continue to get your guidance in the future in the form of an association with the university in the long run. Thank you, respected dignitaries on the dais. I would like to also thank and congratulate first all the newly admitted students in UG BLLB Honors, BBLLB Honors and Postgraduate Department, that is LLM, for joining the university, for selecting this university as a place of learning. Congratulations to all of you and have a nice journey. I would like to also thank respected parents and guardians of students who have taken pain of traveling and joining with us this evening. And it's a very delighted evening that you have joined us and you have seen us. You have seen how we are going to plan the activities so far as academics and curricular and co-curricular activities are concerned. So have confidence in us and we'll assure you that these young minds will definitely turn out to be great professionals in their respective profession. Thank you for being with us this evening. I would like to also thank the staff members of the university who have taken pain of having this kind of wonderful occasion for all of us. I would like to also thank other invitees who have taken time and joined this evening. Once again, thank you each one of you. Have a nice evening. And once again, I'm announcing, my colleague has already announced that this program is followed by dinner. So kindly join us for dinner in a Salt restaurant. Thank you.
As we conclude this program, I would like to request you all to rise for the National Anthem, please. thank you so much for joining us on this occasion.